Ladies and gentlemen, this is a 2024 Acura Integra Type S. And this is probably the most exciting car Acura has come out with since, I don't know, the last time they brought out a new NSX. And what I'm going to do for you today is review this vehicle. Now, I'm not going to do my regular Consumer Reports thing of measuring out cargo space and sitting in the back seat and all that, because I've already done that with not one but two other Acura Integras, a base model and an A-Spec tech with a manual transmission. I'll put links to those videos in the description if you want to check them out. What I'm going to do with this one, we'll have a look at the engine and the transmission. We're going to look at all the factory accessories that are available. We'll look at the differences between this car and a Civic Type R and this car and an Integra A-Spec tech. And as always, if you want to skip the commercials, there will be links in the description below with timestamps. So we'll start, of course, by looking under the hood at the latest version of Honda's legendary K20 engine. This engine puts out 320 horsepower, which is 5 more than you get in a Civic Type R, and 310 torque, which is the same amount as you get in a Civic Type R. Very nice engine. It sounds fantastic. One interesting thing about the Integra Type S is it actually has a little bit less restrictive exhaust system than the Civic Type R. It's missing one of the resonators. That's because this car is only sold in the United States, and the Civic Type R is sold in countries where I guess they have a little bit more noise restrictions and a little bit less freedom than we have here in the US. I like the fact they've left the turbo front and center. They haven't covered it up. You can point it out. There's my turbocharger right there. I think overall it's a very nice looking engine compartment. And of course it is a fantastic engine. It sounds great. It performs very well from what I've driven. This is a brand new car and I've just driven it briefly and didn't rev it too hard because it is only got like 11 miles on it right now, but it feels great. You also get Brembo brakes, which is an upgrade over the regular A-Spec Tech Integra. 6-speed manual, as it should be, is the only transmission available on the Integra Type S. It's a little bit different gearbox than the regular Integra with the 1.5 liter. It needs to be a little bit stronger to handle all the additional power that this engine has. So it feels slightly more mechanical, but it's still a very, very nice feeling transmission. I always maintain that the very best shifters in the industry are made by either Porsche or Honda and Acura, and this one certainly proves my point. It feels fantastic when you're driving it. So this particular Acura Integra Type S is actually a demo unit that Acura has given to all of their dealers in my local Southern California area. As far as I know, they're all the same color combination, the white with the red interior, and Acura asked all of their dealers to load them up with all of the major factory accessories that are on the car. So we're going to talk about those now. The first thing you'll notice on the exterior is the 19-inch bronze alloy wheels. They look very nice. Personally, I don't love them with this color combination, specifically the red interior. I think they would look better on this car with a black interior. To me, those two colors clash a little bit, but that is a matter of personal taste. We also have the carbon fiber mirror caps, which look pretty nice. You have the illuminated Type S door sill trim. That's certainly something that I'm a fan of. Any extra lights, in my opinion, are a good thing. However, the front A-Mark emblem with illumination, I'm not a huge fan of that. To me, it just looks slightly cheap and almost aftermarket the way that it is, but that is a factory accessory. It's not something I've put on my personal Integra. You have also the gloss black rear A-Mark if you're going for black accents on the car. The premium carpet floor mats, so this car actually has two sets of floor mats, the regular ones that it came with and the premium carpet floor mats. You have the titanium shift knob, which apparently is a shift knob made out of titanium. The Alcantara steering wheel is something I absolutely love. That feels very premium and it's just very pleasing to hold it in your hands, so that is definitely something I'm a fan of. We have the carbon fiber tailgate spoiler. That certainly adds a little bit of a boy racer touch to what is basically a pretty restrained looking car, especially for this level of performance, but it fits. And of course the Type S valve stem caps for the wheels and the gloss black wheel locks to really complete the accessory package on this 2024 Integra Type S. So the Integra Type S and the Honda Civic Type R have the same engine, the same transmission, very similar driving dynamics, but the Integra is $7,000 more expensive than a Civic Type R. What do you get for your money? Well, in a word, sophistication. You get more sound deadening in the Integra Type S than you would get in a Civic Type R for a little bit quieter and less raucous cabin. You have retuned adaptive dampers that are actually slightly smoother in the Acura Integra than they would be in the Civic Type R. The exhaust is actually slightly louder. You get one less resonator in the exhaust system, as I mentioned earlier. Since this car is only sold in the United States, it can be a little bit louder than a Civic Type R, but it does give you a little bit of a deeper exhaust tone. You get heated seats in the Integra Type S. You get a heads-up display in the Integra Type S. You get a nicer stereo. This has the 16-speaker ELS sound system, which I have in my own A-Spec Tech Integra, and it is fantastic. However, you are missing a couple of things in the Integra Type S that the Type R Civic does have. You don't have the log-R data logger that the Civic has. That's kind of meant for track lap timing work. The traction control on this vehicle cannot be fully defeated, and you don't have really the different modes that the Civic Type R has. And the seats in the Integra Type S are not designed so that you can install a 5-point harness style seat belt. Again, that would be something that you would want for track work. So the Integra Type S is not really focused on that. If you are planning on taking your car to a racetrack, doing autocrossing, that sort of thing, the Civic Type R might be a better choice. But if you're looking for a slightly more comfortable and more livable daily driver, the Integra Type S is probably the better choice, as long as you can sport the extra $7,000 that it's going to cost to buy. So what about the difference between the two Acura Integras, the Type S and the A-Spec Tech with the manual transmission? What are the differences there? Well, obviously the look is a little bit more aggressive on the Type S. You have the wide body wheel arches. You have a little bit more aggressive front end, specifically the lower air dam. You have the active hood scoop to feed a little bit more cold air to the larger, more powerful engine. Of course, the engine is a difference too. You have the upgraded brakes. You have a little bit more aggressive suspension tuning, and you have bigger wheels with more aggressive dedicated summer rubber on there. That would be some of the differences on the outside. There are a couple of differences on the interior. For the most part, the features are relatively the same between the A-Spec Tech Integra. They both have the excellent ELS Studio 3D sound system. They both have a power driver's seat. One weird change is you do not get memory seating on the Type S for some reason. I don't know why they left that out, but my A-Spec Tech has memory seating. This Type S doesn't have it. The upholstery is a little bit different. The microfiber inserts on the front seats are perforated on the Type S. They are not perforated on the A-Spec Tech Integras. You do not get a moonroof on the Integra Type S. I imagine they did that to save weight. And the back seats are a little bit less accommodating. The Type S Integra will only seat 4 passengers. That's a little bit of a baffling choice for Acura, in my opinion, from a salesperson's point of view. That kind of makes the car harder to sell, because the 40-year-old dad who has 2 kids but makes 150 grand a year and still wants to be cool is going to have a little harder time selling his wife on the idea that this is a family car when there's only seating for 2 in the back instead of 3. And for some reason, there's no cell phone charging ports back there. My own A-Spec Tech Integra has 2 USB-C ports in the back seat to charge cell phones. Type S doesn't have any. I don't know, maybe that was for weight-saving purposes too. I couldn't really say. Thank you so much for watching my video on this Integra Type S. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and have a great day. Bye-bye.